Hey guys, today's topic is what to post on social media. All right, so once you have your Facebook page and your Instagram account and your LinkedIn, okay, so now what do I do? I'm going to give you some ideas here. Well, one thing that you can post is new Keller Williams listings. So doesn't have, if you don't have a new listing, not to worry. So you would just go into the MLS and do a search for Keller Williams Princeton listings, and you can post about our new listings. Okay, and then if people have information, want more information about it, or they would like to go see it, you hopefully they would get back to you and message you, and you would be able to help them out. Contests or giveaways. So you could create a little contest, just due to New Jersey laws. It would have to be probably something very minuscule in terms of a contest or giveaway. But if you have any ideas with respect to that, that can be a good way to capture people's contact information. Okay, by offering a giveaway, maybe it's free tickets to something. Okay, that would be something that would be reasonable to advertise on your social media page. Helpful news or information. So where do we get information? Real estate related, of course. You want to remind people that we're in real estate business. So we can go into our local MLS. They have a lot of statistics. They have some, articles. So we can find a lot of good ideas there. We can also go to the National Association of Realtor website, and great articles there, as well as the New Jersey Association of Realtors. Mortgage related information. So once or twice a week, I get an email from one of our preferred lenders, Aaron Heimowitz at Wells Fargo, and he's talking about what current interest rates are, okay, for various different mortgages. Okay, so those are just some ideas of things that you can post out there in Facebook land. You can post about a local business or community event, whether that's a township parade that's coming up, maybe a music festival, a paper shredding event, or hazardous waste disposal. Okay, things like that. All right, you're just being helpful. You are the local expert in your area, so might as well post it out there on your social media. Humorous posts. So sometimes I come across funny things in real estate. I'll take a picture of it if I'm out with touring a home, previewing a home, or it could be out with a buyer too. Some things are just funny to take a picture of. Or of course, there's also, stock photos of odd or strange, real estate related things, like weird things in people's houses. Maybe someone has a bathroom in the middle of the dining room. I don't know, completely bizarre things. The last picture I remember taking, I took a couple. The last one was, I went into a bathroom of a house that was for sale, and literally the tile, every piece of tile had the same pattern on it, from the toilet paper holder to around the mirror to the soap dish holder. It was a little bit over the top, but kind of cool at the same time. So anyway, I posted about it. That's just an example. I also subscribe to the lighter side of real estate, which has a lot of funny real estate related cartoon type of posts that you could probably share as well, as long as you give credit to the owner. Real estate tips. So we see these all the time, but you can come up with your own. They're not rocket science. So what are some things you do to prepare your home for the winter, in terms of winterizing or maintenance? Okay, that might be good to do in the winter, changing furnace filters, those kinds of things. Maybe spring cleaning tips. Okay, what are some things we need to do, to do in the spring? Cleaning out the gutters, for example, or even tips on, preparing your home for sale. What are some things that you can do to increase your home's curb appeal? Neighborhood guides. So in another topic, I will speak on, farm areas. And a farm area is an area where it can be your neighborhood where you live, or it can be any other neighborhood nearby where you want to be the neighborhood expert. Okay, so maybe you will, on a regular basis, you would give a market update. Okay, so we have templates and designs where you can customize. Here are the homes that have sold over the last 3, 6, 12 months in this neighborhood. The average days on market in the neighborhood before a home goes under contract is, 2 weeks or whatever it is. Homes are selling for X% of asking price, those kinds of things. All right, you're going to start to become the neighborhood expert. Post that out there on your social media. You could post that you're hosting or sponsoring a neighborhood yard sale. Okay, there's not a lot involved with that, but it can be a great source of business. People who are thinking of doing yard sales are also sometimes thinking of selling their house. Okay, so sponsoring a neighborhood yard sale literally just involves, getting the message out there to the neighborhood that there's going to be a neighborhood yard sale that you're organizing, whether that's by postcard or printing a flyer and going around, door to door. Ideally, you want to capture people's information, if they're interested in hosting a yard sale. Okay, it doesn't cost much money. You could, this is something that I've done for the last 10 years or so in my neighborhood, former neighborhood, gotten some sellers from it, but literally, I put signs out the morning of the yard sale. I have some Keller Williams yard sale signs. And then I just put it out there on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. So it literally doesn't cost me any money, just a little bit of my time. And then, on the day of the yard sale, I can go around, to the people that are having one and to see how it's going. It's an interesting source of business. You could post about the home of the week. So pick a featured listing and, talk about what's unique about that house. Wow, I was out previewing homes today and I came across this lovely home. Or, just sold in less than a day. I don't know, it could be a home of the week, okay? A home that has very unique features, or maybe one that would be a good investment. All right, so, maybe like a small multifamily home or something like that, or a home that's unfortunately, in foreclosure that might be a good flip for somebody. Maybe that could be your home of the week that you're going to advertise. You can post about your testimonials or reviews that you get from your clients. They don't, even have to have necessarily completed a transaction with you to give you a testimonial. Maybe you've been working with them for a really long time and they have something nice to say about you. You could put it on your out there on your social media. Okay, you could also put it on your website. And there's some other places as well. Maybe a day in the life videos. You could post that. Could be a day in the life of a real estate agent. Okay, here are some of the things that I'm doing today. Or it could be, here's what it's like to live in this neighborhood. Here's what's going on. Here I am driving through the neighborhood. Right next door is this lovely park. All right, so if somebody from, interested in moving to the area that's not familiar with that particular neighborhood might appreciate something like that. Okay. And this is all designed to, hopefully get business, to come back to you. You could put some polls out there. Just simply ask, are you living in your dream home? Yes or no? Okay, so most people are going to say no. That could lead to some, kind of conversation. Do you predict interest rates will rise this year? Yes or no? Do you believe 2022 is a good time to sell? Or is it a good time to buy? you're just starting conversations. Okay, you can also post free resources. In our command system, we have buyer guides and seller guides. Those are customizable. I mean, there's so many templates in designs, that have to do with branding yourself, or, working with sellers, working with buyers. Download my app. There's just a lot of, I encourage everybody to just browse through the designs, edit them. Just a lot of, maybe you want to post about property tax information. When are taxes due in your area, or is there a deadline for when you need to kind of, I guess, try to dispute how high your taxes are and try to get them reassessed. Okay, that might be helpful information to get out there to the public. You can post about community service. Okay, so it doesn't have to be something that you're just involved in specifically. Our office is almost always involved in some type of community service. So this could be something that you could put on your social media sites. For example, in January, our office collected for Save Animal Shelter. Okay, in February, they're collecting socks. So if nothing else, once a month, you can put that out there on your social media sites, what charity we are collecting for that particular month. All right, some highlights. So being a member of the National Association of Realtors, you can log into their website and you can get a free report from the previous year's profile of home buyers and sellers. So it'll have a lot of different charts and graphs and statistics. Who is the typical home buyer in the US? What is their age? What is their income? What are they looking for in a real estate agent? Same with sellers. So those are just some of the things that you could post on your social media, of course, giving credit to NAR. Behind the scenes videos. How do you prepare for an open house? So here are all the things that I'm doing to get ready to host this open house today. Okay, videos are actually some of the best things you can post on social media. Okay, they get a lot more views than just a post with a picture, and clearly more views than just a post with only text. Okay, what to expect during a home inspection. One time I videotaped myself in my seller's home, and I talked about some of the things that the township inspector looks for when he comes out to do the certificate of occupancy inspection. Okay, just an example. Fun facts, some type of real estate trivia. Okay, did you know, kind of a thing. And this is another thing you can get from either the Census Bureau or National Association of Realtors. Do you know how many people move each year in the United States? Or what is the average home buyer? What's their age? First time home buyer. All right, something like that. Those are fun facts. You can even let people guess. So do like an ABCD. Okay. Question and answer. So think about some frequently asked buyer questions or seller questions, maybe that you've either been asked or that you would have wanted answered when you were a home buyer or seller. And then just post the answers to those. Okay, that's something that you can even Google to get ideas about and post. Partnership or business spotlight is a good one too, highlighting local businesses. So, going one of my favorite restaurants is in downtown Lawrenceville, and I would love to get together with the owner and just do a spotlight on his restaurant for a few minutes, and that's going to hopefully benefit both of us. So I'm not necessarily going to talk a lot about my real estate business, of course, I'll introduce myself at the beginning of the video, right? I'll say, you know, this is Anne-Marie Tustin with Keller Williams Real Estate. I'm here with such and such at this restaurant, you know, and then kind of do a little bit of back and forth about, you know, why that restaurant is great. And that's actually would be very helpful, especially if you tag it appropriately for people looking to move to the area that aren't familiar with maybe some of the restaurants. Okay, so that could potentially get you some business. Or spotlighting contractors, you know, people that you like to work with that specialize in maybe a handyman or an electrician or plumber, you know, something like that. Okay. How-tos or do-it-yourself tips. Here are some tips on updating your kitchen or increasing your curb appeal. Okay, so there's hundreds of these different ideas. Even, you know, thinking about updating your kitchen doesn't have to be completely redoing it. Maybe something as simple as changing out the hardware, the knobs on the cabinets can make a big difference, or changing the lighting in the kitchen. All right, then maybe a next level would be maybe painting the cabinets, you know, painting them a different color. All right. So you could kind of break it down into different price points. Okay, you know, what is your budget? Is your budget $100? You know, buy some new knobs. Is it $500? Maybe paint some cabinets. You know, if you go into the thousands, okay, well then maybe you can look at getting some replacement cabinets. Okay, so something like that might be an example. For curb appeal, I've often heard that if you have a few $100s or some hundred, probably less than 1,000, replacing your front door can often really increase the curb appeal. If a budget less than that, maybe just doing a little bit of cleanup and getting some fresh flowers put out in the front. You can also post about homes that have just sold. Okay. And you don't have to have sold them personally. They could be someone else here in the office. Literally, you're just if it wasn't your particular buyer or seller, then you might specify that this property sold. You're not necessarily saying that you are the one that sold it. Okay, so we have a little, disclaimer down there where we get our source of information. So which would be, usually the multiple listing service. So it's public knowledge when a home sells, goes into the public records. But if you specifically had the buyer, you certainly could post that you just sold this home. Or if you have the seller, your listing sold. Or if you just helped an investor or tenant, find a place. Also plenty of holiday messages. So there's, oftentimes a month will have multiple holidays. And in the templates, in our designs, someone has gone in and already created a holiday graphics that you can post. You can customize with your picture and contact information, or you can create your own holiday message. Maybe you want to include a little fun fact about that holiday, or a little personal message. Like for Thanksgiving, here is what I'm personally grateful for example. Memes can be funny, so this kind of ties in with the humor. Okay, this person clearly feels like he should be doing something related to getting business, but he would rather just, have a quick nap with his cat. Open house events. If you're hosting an open house, you want to put that out there on Facebook. Okay. So, and then we'll talk, when I talk about open houses, we'll go into more detail about who are we going to invite, to the open house. And then I also like to, since we are people that have other lives outside of real estate, it's okay to also, post about personal things. So fun activities that you're working on, or anything maybe that you're learning. Okay, so some kind of personal growth and development. Celebrations are always great, or anything that you do with your family, or adventures that you go on. Okay, so this helps, people connect to you on a more personal level, which I think is fine. So that being said, it's very important to make sure that we separate our personal Facebook page from our business page. All right, so most things that we are posting that are real estate related need to go on our business page. So ideally, we would like to, if we have a lot of friends on Facebook, we create our Facebook business page. We want to invite all of them to like it. Hopefully, most of them will, and that they will see your posts. Okay. So, if you do post something, semi real estate related on your personal site, I would only do that maybe 20% of the time. In fact, Facebook is not a big fan of things like that on people's personal sites. Okay, so you kind of have to be careful, keep them separated. So those are my tips and tricks for posting on social media. Again, I do think, video is one of the best ways to go. And I think a combination of different types of social media. So, Facebook, Instagram, some people like Snapchat and TikTok, and other people, like LinkedIn, or a combination. So, if you don't want to think about what to post, there's a site that I like to go to called Keeping Current Matters. Okay. It is about $40 or so a month, and it will automatically post content to your social media sites, and you don't even have to think about it. Okay, so that's something that I find very useful. It's branded to me. Okay, so I've already uploaded my contact information and my picture. So all of these are real estate related, and someone else has come up with them. So there's different categories. So there's different blog posts. Okay, want top dollar for your house? Now's the time to list it. The path to homeownership can be steeper for some Americans. Okay, so all of these things I can say, yes, I'm interested in this one. Here's one I want to post. Maybe I want to post a video. And at the end of the video, it's going to have a link to my information. Okay, and how to get in touch with me. Okay, so this is just a little less than a minute video. So I can choose to share it directly to my Facebook business page, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, or Instagram right away. Or I can schedule to have it shared on Facebook at a later time. Maybe the particular time that's right now would not be the best time to post. So I want to post maybe at a time that's better. So I can go ahead and schedule it. I can email it. Okay, there's a lot of graphics here that I can post. So again, I can either post these myself, or I can set up to have it done automatically on a regular basis without me thinking about it. So this is just a useful tool that I find very helpful and easy to do. Okay. And the last thing I really wanted to go into was just looking at designs. All right, so let me just make sure that I've saved this. And before I go into my designs, just to show where all of the different things that you can do and you can post. So I can create a social post right here. So maybe I want to post about a new listing we have. So I can click and it'll import photos and text directly from a listing. Okay. Sometimes takes a minute to come up. So I can post about the real estate school. I can post a coming soon listing. I can post that I'm the local expert or a neighborhood snap. Okay. So maybe I want to talk about market statistics, from my particular neighborhood. Okay. Or doing an open house. So here are all of the templates, make it very easy. Buyers, so here's information on buyers obtaining mortgages. Okay. Maybe I could post about a client a testimonial, or expert advice is another one. Okay, so take a look at the template. So some tax benefits homeowners should know about. Home values, curious about the value of your home. I could just post that. And then let's see, or download my app. Okay, that's another good one. So let's just say, for example, that I want to look at this particular, I want to use this particular graphic, and I want to put this on my social media. So when I click on something here in the template, our particular office logos come up and I can change them out. Okay, because they start off with a generic one. This is great, but maybe I want to add a little bit of information about me. Okay, oops. Uh-oh, I messed that up. Sorry about that. Let me undo it. It shouldn't be that big. Should be able to drag a little picture of me over. I don't know why it's not working. Oh, maybe because I put use this background. Maybe on this particular one, I'm not able to do it. It looks like it wants to come in, but it's having trouble. But you get the idea. I can even, put a little bit about me. So, my name, I can move this around. All right, so I could put my contact information here, name, office phone number, cell number, and email address. I could even put some more text, maybe about, so this is subtitles a little bit bigger here. I can say, contact me for a free market value analysis. All right, so I could do one of a couple of things. I can download it and save it. I can share it right to my social media accounts. Okay, because I've linked them in my command under my settings. Okay, so if I click right here, it's going to go right away to my Facebook. We also have the capability of connecting to Twitter, or also to Pinterest. Okay, so those are just some of the things that you can do in command that I like. And then one other thing, if you go to campaigns, you could do, we have paid ads, which I'll be talking about in a minute. So those go on our social media too, but we pay for them. And we can also do social posts. So here are some quick posts that someone else has come up with. Okay, big goals, bigger lives. So I could share this to my social media. I can create a neighborhood video and share it. Here is a little post that somebody created that I could post. Bad joke alert, what's worse than hidden fees? Practically nothing. Okay, so what do selling your home and building a snowman have in common? Okay, so again, I could click here and I can edit it, and I can then post it. I could publish it immediately or schedule it to go out. And it's going to click, it's connected right here to the account that I have connected in my command. So my realtor business page. Okay, so those are just some ideas that I have. And I'll be going into more detail about how to create your social media accounts in a separate video. Okay, so I do thank you for joining me today.